Hey everyone, this is Anthony from OTB Sports. Here we go with another week of playoff predictions. The divisionals were both hit and miss as the number one seeds fell. That leads us to where we are now with the AFC and the NFC Conference Championship round of the 2022 NFL playoffs. The first matchup Sunday afternoon, the Cincinnati Bengals travel to see the Kansas City Chiefs. It'll be a rematch of Week 17 when the Bengals were victorious at home, 34-31. In Arrowhead this time around, there is slightly a different feeling from regular season to the playoffs. Cincy has squeaked by the Raiders and the Titans, whereas the Chiefs stomped the Steelers and they got a thriller win over Josh Allen's Buffalo Bills. KC put up 42 in each, whereas Cincinnati, they got 26 and 19 points in their wins. That means that the Chiefs have risen their level of play, whereas the Bengals have done the opposite. A big X factor will be how Tyrann Mathieu looks if he's able to overcome being in the concussion protocol. Here are a couple of key things that this will come down to for each side. Can Joe Burrow and his league-leading 70% completion percentage score enough points to keep up with KC? And also, will the Chiefs' defense come prepared to slow down the weapons at Burrow's disposal? The edge in this, as far as the offenses go, leans towards Kansas City. The defense leans towards the Bengals. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that I think we mentioned Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow is going to have to play a phenomenal game. And do you think we can actually see him exceed the level of play that Josh Allen put forth last week? That'll be a tall task, but coaching and Patrick Mahomes in a familiar big-time moment has me going with the Chiefs. They have the culture of success and the winning DNA on their side, and apparently the Grim Reaper. Now, following the first game, we then get to see who else earns their way into the Super Bowl. The San Francisco 49ers make their way down California to see the Los Angeles Rams. It'll be a familiar sighting as these divisional rivals have met twice already this season. Both times the 49ers came away with a defeat. Week 10 was decisive as it was 31-10 in the scoreboard, but Week 18 was much closer as overtime and a field goal were needed in order to close that game out. These teams are equally talented on both sides of the ball. LA probably has bigger names, but there isn't a big disparity to me. I think the Rams and the Niners have revamped from losing in the Super Bowl in recent years, but have come back hungry. They're not satisfied with the amount of success that it took to make it to this point in the playoffs. Styles do make fights though. If the Rams are able to get a big lead on the 49ers early, then it could cause some issues for San Fran for the rest of the day. If Kyle Shanahan is able to run the ball and be physical, then it will negate some of Aaron Donald and that star-studded defense for LA. However, when we break this game down, the offensive games should favor the Rams because of the talent of Matt Stafford at quarterback. Cooper Kupp is unstoppable. Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ as we know, and Cam Akers, he just needs to hold on to the ball. Last week he did a really good job, but he almost let the Buccaneers back into the game by fumbling the ball away. The defense for the 49ers is top 5 in points allowed per game, so they get the upper hand on that. The more complete, I would say they are more complete and they're not reliant on key individual players, whereas the Rams, they got Aaron Donald, we all know. They also have Von Miller and then Jalen Ramsey, and the rest kind of do their part, but they're really big on those few pieces. Now, the coaching end ends up being a tie. Let me tell you though, if the game is close and not in the 40s, I think you have to go with Jimmy Garoppolo, Deebo Samuel, Elijah Mitchell, and Nick Bosa. Beating Dallas and Green Bay, who have a superstar talent, proves that they should not be the underdogs like they have been. They're the number 6 seed, but they've beaten all the top guns so far. They'll be aggressive and set the tone to make it to another Super Bowl appearance. So let's go through these predictions again for you. The Kansas City Chiefs, they'll be heading to their third straight Super Bowl. Joe Burrow and the Bengals have been impressive, but won't quite be ready for that moment. Then the San Francisco 49ers will make it to a Super Bowl 54 rematch game. They'll win a close one over the Rams, I'm predicting here. If this week goes as mentioned, then Super Bowl 56 will be the Chiefs and the 49ers meeting at SoFi Stadium here in just a couple weeks. Thank you for tuning in. This is Anthony again from OTB Sports. Like, comment, subscribe for more content in the near future, and let me hear your predictions. Everybody, thanks again and peace.